LTC, we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, as we can see, after we have this down move, then we see whether we can look for any buy setup or not. And when the price was here, we mentioned if you want to look for buy, the best things we get the bigger correction. And now the price drop. Can we consider this is the only correction relative to this, and this is the one is going up? Okay, now we want to see how we can trade it. And first of all, in my last video, I mentioned maybe we will be within this move for one more drop. How deep this one can be, we are not sure. Before we get the next move, later based on daily chart, we will explain. Okay, now we want to see based on 1 hour chart how we can trade it. The first thing is if we consider this is the correction and this is the breakout of the correction, if we get the flag here, we can get the trade. And I think based on 1 hour chart, the best option, even we get the correction here to have entry above this, unless traders wants to trade based on lower time frame. Okay. And the best option is if we want to get the confirmation, let the price move a bit higher, drop, we get the flat, then any buy setup from there, if we get, we take it. This one can give us a better confirmation, or even at that time we can have entry above the top. That's mean if this one become more complex. All right, and as I mentioned, if this is the only correction and this is the one is going to top, I mean to not the top is going start the up move, the best is to have entry above this. Okay, now unless this one change and we see whether we can get the trade from the correction without having entry above this. By the way, having entry, we want the price tag and continue. If it's not moving, we don't stay with the trade because still we can expect this one can be a corrective for one more drop. Okay, now if we move to 15 minute, okay, as you can see, based on 15 minutes, we don't have anything. If this one become like a stop as a flag, if you want to buy, whether the best thing, as I mentioned, having entry above this, unless this one become more corrective, all right, drop more, then having entry above this can make sense. But right now we cannot do that. And okay, again, if we move to 1 hour chart, just now we explain how we can trade based on 1 hour chart, and any trade we consider as a short-term trade. That means as long as we get into the profit, if this is not moving, we start to manage it. And if we move based on 1 hour, 4 hour chart, okay, we need to know if this is a drop. I don't think the sharply price can reverse. Whether it can move in terms of the corrective or the price can move a bit higher for one more drop, then we get the next up move. Okay, that's why we think if this one can give us a drop correction similar to what I drew here based on 4 hour chart, any trade can give, I mean, can give us a very good trade. I mean, in terms of the risk and reward, we can get a really good trade. Okay, because at that time the worst stop loss should be here. But based on 4 hour chart, this is not the only, I mean, this is not enough for trading. That's why right now the only way we can trade is based on 1 hour chart, as I explained. And if we move to for daily chart, okay, again, as I mentioned, based on 4 hour chart, with the price drop, if we will expect the price to reverse, maybe we will be within this one for longer time, similar to what we had here. The price drop, the price start of the up move, again drop, give a confirmation for the continuation. That's why we think if the price I mean, that's why we think the price can move a bit higher, then we get the next move down. We are not expecting the price to break this low, but if its break is better, then any buy from there based on higher time frame can make better confirmation for us. That's why based on lower time frame, if I mention the price can correct, then give us a drop. This is the reason, as an example I show you here. Okay, the possibility price can continuously move from here is very low, unless based on, for example, 4 hour chart, we get the really sharp move, we get the flag, then it change everything. All right, now we want to see whether the chart is going to behave like this or like this. Okay, anyway, we just follow the chart and we start to trade based on lower time frame. Then from there we can make a better conclusion how far this one can go. And just now we're looking at this, as I explained, we see whether we can get the trade set up. In this case, we just follow the chart. If I see any changes, then I will update things.